Good morning, welcome to another video. You see behind me, down a small river again. The Avon is still out of action, unfortunately. Just driven across it, it's very brown, very turbulent. So I've come up to this tiny little river. This is the River Stour. I'm going to have a little go with an audience over there. I'm going to have a little go on the float today. Been out up here the last few days, if you've seen previous videos, and it's just cleared, I think, enough overnight tonight. It was on the verge yesterday, and I think it's just clear enough for us to have a go on the float. That's the plan. Very simple, really. I've not got too long today, so I've just grabbed a couple of float rods, a light one and a heavier setup, and I'm just gonna have a crack, really. I've got maggots, and that's it. A tiny little bit of sort of bread and Sensus 3000 gross gardens mixed together, just to get a bit of smell in the waters, because it is a little bit coloured. Just to get perhaps the fish hunting about and kickstart the swim a bit quicker than perhaps just putting maggots alone in. So yeah, we've got some white maggots and some red maggots, and we're just going to chuck some maggots in. We've got this run behind us. We've got a bit of fast water here, and then it just runs off. We've got a nice run down there. So that's the plan. Can run perhaps 30-40 metres down there. So yeah, nice mixed bag would be good. That was my thinking when grabbing the maggots. I did think about bringing some mashed bread, fishing bread on the hook, but sort of limits the species and we might catch and the size of the fish as well, and just like to have a nice mixed bag if we can. Anyway, it's enough waffle. We haven't got too long, as I say, so we'll get cracking. These maggots are not the best. I think we might have to dip into the dip into the reds. We'll feed for a few minutes before we go in, and then we'll see what we can do. As I say, we'll give it 45 minutes or so in here, see how we get on. Right, we'll start about 4.5 foot. I think that should be somewhere near where we need to be. Well, there's not a lot going on here. We've been at it quite a while. Let's just double check the time. I think it's probably time for a move. Yeah. Time for a move. We've been at it a good 40 minutes in here, and I think I'll have one bite. I think. So we'll have a little move, I think. Didn't fish great yesterday, this river, if you saw that video. We had a few out on the ledger, but it wasn't fishing great at all. But it does look a nice colour, which is what prompted me to come out today. We had quite a mild night, so I don't know, a bit of a strange one. There's usually some fish in this particular run as well, but I can't, as I say, I can't buy a bite at the moment. So I think I'm going to use the opportunity to have a little bit of an explore, perhaps fish one or two places we don't normally fish. See how we get on. Well, this is looking like a dead loss, to be honest. Out of interest, I'm not too far from the car. I might just go and grab a ledger rod and just have 15 minutes on the maggot feeder. Just see if the fish really aren't interested, or whether they're just not interested in a moving bait today. Just out of curiosity more than anything, because at the moment I can't buy a bite. Right, I'm back. Ledger rod, Ensign 10-foot extendable feeder rod. Grabbed a few feeders. We'll just see if it's the method or the fish. So I don't have any other bait, so I can't try changing that. But I did, as I say, fancy a mixed bag today, which is why I thought, right, we're going on maggots. Could have perhaps bought worms as well, but as I thought we were trotting, I didn't bother. Nice light feeder, fishing pretty much off the rod tip down there, or perpendicular to the rod tip, I should say. I don't need any weight to hold out in the flow. We'll get rid of this ground bait, as I say, first off. I'm very curious to know if we're going to get any bites. doing this. Well, I think that speaks volumes, doesn't it? Within a few seconds casting in, we're getting bites. They just want it static by the looks of it. They're not interested in chasing it around, or they can't see it. Right, I've got a 14 on there with 3 maggots. I'm going to scale down considerably. Yeah, it's disappointing. I would have liked to have fished the float today. If it's not working, it's not working, is it? Be interesting to see what we can do on the ledger. But yeah, as I say, that sort of speaks volumes, really. The fact that within a minute of casting in, first cast, we've had some bites. I mean, yeah, rattly little fish bites, but you know, we were fishing with single maggot and a size 20 on the float. Well, we've had a sort of flurry of bites and it's all stopped. I think, oh, there you go, minnow. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to swim downstream. Maybe 1 or 2 swims downstream. They're not really very good for float fishing. We can do some ledgering in them. I think they'll be a bit more productive. Right, here we are. Very tight in here. I have fished in here previously with a float. Obviously it's not very long run and it is very tight. I've got trees very close overhead. And I've had a nice mixed bag in here in the past. Sort of chublets, roach, dace, perch, gudgeon. So I fancied coming in here and having a go. Absolutely nothing going on in there. Absolutely nothing. Well, aside from minnows. Got another one, look. Plaguing me at the moment. I'm going to have one more cast. And then I'm going to move a bit further downstream. Now this is a good swim. If we can't get a bite in here, we've had it. I thought the feeder was the answer. Does not seem to be the case. Unless you want to just catch lots of minnows, that is. This little run through here, lots of roach and dace and chub hang out in there. So as I say, if we can't get a bite in there, we're stuffed. Looks minnowy again. Again. We are. Gudgeon, Mr. Gudgeon. Well, that's a good start. Wonderful. Little gudgeon. Go on, mate, back you go. I thought it was a minnow. How wrong was I? Well, that's great. Within a minute of going in. If we do start to pick up plenty of fish, then I'll chuck the keep net in. But I'm not desperate to get it in just get it wet. Quiet at the moment for obvious reasons. We've been at it about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And we've got a few minnows and a gudgeon to show for it so far. I've been doing 4 or 5 swims. blimey. Pulled the rod in. What we got? A roach. Started to get a few bites now. I think perhaps I will put the keep net in. If we start putting these fellas back, we're not going to catch many, that's for sure. Well, we're getting some bites. 4 moves, 2 different tactics. Finally, we're getting some bites. Shows you, doesn't it? Very strange. Hey. What have we got here? I don't think this is a lifter. Probably a roach. Oh, we can lift him just about, I think. Oh, a little chublet. Or is it a dace? Little chublet, I think. No, it's not. It's a dace. Cracking. Well, I'm having to recast about every minute or so because of the bites I'm getting. I think perhaps I should use a smaller feeder, but that's the smallest one I've got. Let's go back to the car. Right, I had a few minutes on the maggot feeder. I keep getting mugged. Well, what I'm going to do, God blimey, suck to death, is I've just mixed up some very maggoty and castery ground bait. What I mean is there's lots of maggots and casters in it. So I'm going to go back on that because I do like the idea of the smell. Apologies, the chainsaws have just cranked up over the top of the bank there. You can hear that, apologies. I think that could be the end of the peaceful session. It's been lovely and peaceful. Because I'm guessing because of the weather, the local airport around here, I think there's lots of training and stuff. Nothing's been happening. With no airplanes going over or helicopters, which are always buzzing around. It's been lovely and peaceful. I completely forgot about the chainsaws that are often happening here. Right, let's see if that does anything. Well, I don't suppose it should come as a massive shock, but we've had a few fish and it's gone quiet. There seemed to me, for whatever reason today, a large proportion of these fish are not interested at all. Right. That one's come down. Yeah, these fish are just not interested for the most part. I'm wondering if it's this foam that's knocked their appetites a bit. Whatever's caused that, be it chemicals or slurry or something. Clearly something has caused it. And obviously it's not at a level where the fish are dying, but certainly some kind of pollution, that is. There we go. Connected this time. There's a reasonable fish. There's roachy. Oh, it's a nice roach that is. Well, that's cracking. Well, we're putting a few fish together now. No monster, but he's a nice one. I say, no monster, are certainly very welcome. Go on. On a very, very tough day. Well, there we go. This is a better fish. I sat there thinking, well, aren't we getting any bites? Now, what is this? It doesn't really feel like a chub, although I'm not sure what else it could be unless it's a perch. Doesn't feel like either, really. I suspect it's a chub, just not doing a lot. He's not trying to get us in the edge at the moment, which is a bit weird. This is a chub, I think. I just saw a little bit of colour. God, blimey. I'm going a bit careful because I'm on a size 20. Oh, he's not bad, is he? Got him. What a cracker. That's the bite we've been waiting for. We turned this session round, haven't we? Some trotting session this is. He was cruising about down there. It would explain why we weren't getting any bites of anything else. There we go. There we are. How's about that? Absolutely cracking. Lovely fish. See if his mates are about. What a funny old session. Well, we were after a mixed bag today. And we've certainly had one. That's what we had now. Minnows. Chub. Roach. Dace. And a gudgeon. Yeah, I was actually just sitting here thinking, oh, it's gone really quiet. I probably need to go home. But over went the tip. And it does often happen, doesn't it? If you some bigger fish moving into the swim, puts the little ones off. Certainly seemed to be the case then. Another roach, I think. A reasonable one. Can we lift him? Just about. He's a cracker. Oh, we're catching some nice fish now. It's all snowballing a bit. Cracking. Wasn't sure I connected with that. Clearly have. As a roach, I think. Judging by the thump, 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 thump. Feels a reasonable one, though. Oh, no, I think it's a pike. It is, it's a little jack. Oh, hopefully we can get him in and unhook him. Come on. Oh, well, what a funny old session this has been. And now we've caught a pike. My mate's site is downstream somewhere. I presume pike fishing. He likes his pike fishing. We've just had one. Looked fair and square in a bottom jaw. We will try and get him unhooked without having to dig the forceps out. It's just nicked him in the bottom there. Right, let's get him straight back. Obviously, we're not going to put him in the keep net. Go on. Go and bother someone else's roach. Right, I'm going to have one more cast, I think. I'm just about run out of grain bait. It's gone very, very quiet. I've not had a bite for probably 20 minutes. Well, not any sign of anything. Apart from a tiny little roach that just jumped down there. But it's the only sign of any fish I've had for about 20 minutes, as I say. So I'm going to put this one just slightly further downstream. Let's see if there's any fish just sat off the back where we've been casting. We'll give that a couple of minutes, I think, and then we'll call it a day. Right, so that is me done. Time I was gone. It's been very enjoyable in the end. We had a reasonable net of fish. I'll get these fellas back. Seeing a lot better than I thought we were going to do at the beginning of the session. We've got a chub and a few nice roach. A couple of days. That's been fab. Very enjoyable. Right, we'll get them back. I say, nice little net of fish. Go on, back you go. Yeah, very happy with that after this. The way things started. Blimey, that was difficult. So that's turned out completely different than I expected. Unfortunately, we couldn't take advantage of the fact that there's no wind, and this river does look okay for some trotting, but the fish didn't agree, and we're here to catch some fish, so obviously we made things work. But yeah, it'd been nice to get them on a stick float, but wasn't happening. Now, hopefully we can get on the Avon next week, early next week. That's what I'm hoping. I don't think there's any rain forecast at the moment, so hopefully it'll drop enough we can get out, perhaps do a bit of stick float fishing on there, get after some roach, some chub, some perch. That's the plan for now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your fantastic support, and I'll see you again very soon.